If we continue to harvest fish from the seas and oceans at the current rate, we could run out of fish in less than 30 years. Evidence of this scarcity is already shown in the price of fish meal on the international markets. From 1999, the price of fish meal rose from $500 per metric ton to over $2,000 in 2012. That's a 500+ % growth. According to AgriProteins, in South Africa, one of the largest maggot producers in Africa, for each ton of fish meal or soya bean replaced by its maggot-based products, an environmental saving of between $2,550 and $3,250 per metric ton is achieved in the form of avoided fossil fuel consumption, land use, and carbon emissions. I have come to West African farms where maggots breeding is ongoing on a large scale for feed producers.
We are an agricultural firm and we produce insect protein for Ghana's poultry value chain. So what we do is we gather food waste and we use a special insect technology to decompose the food waste. The food waste turn into compost, and also the larvae, insect larvae, is used for protein, insect protein. So instead of fish, we substitute that for the fish meal inside the feed. Yes. So about 15 kg of dry maggots, it's needed to produce 50 kg sack of feed.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
Are you going to touch them?
Yes. So this is the maggots. So this is the wet. These are the wet maggots. These are the wet maggots. Yes. So we dry them and we give it back to Aquaba because we have partnership with them.
Okay.
Yes, we are at Adenta of the Dodoa Road. Yes, and because we got a partnership with Aquaba, we move here to produce. Right now we produce almost a quarter ton of black soldier fly larvae. Yes, for them to be able to formulate their feed, to add their feed. Yes.
Wow. So this quarter ton of feed is supposed to be done within what period of time?
Per month.
Okay.
Yes, it's per month.
And you sell it to them about how much?
About 3 cedis 40 pesos per kg.
Okay.
Yes.
And for a quarter ton, that's about how many?
So a quarter ton, rough. I don't have the figure off head, but I say roughly 3,000 thereabouts. Yes.
And that's worth all the time?
Yes, it's worth it, because if we work harder and we produce at scale, we will make back our profit. It's a profitable business, but it is when it's at scale. This is how we rear them. So what we have here is the tray system. Yes, so we use the tray system. We have different kinds of system that it can be incorporated, but there's a system that is okay for us. That's simple. Eggs. So I'll show you the eggs there. So when they are eggs, they are very tiny. When they hatch at 5-day-old, we bring them here. So we have some organic waste, food waste that we prepare. We have proportions that we prepare in. Yes, to also give them the nutritional nutritional value that is needed for us to produce a feed. So we always say what you eat, who you are is like what you eat is who you are. Yes. So we make sure they eat nutritious food, so that they can also bear some nutritional values.
Okay. So how do you get the eggs, and what kind of feed is this?
All right, so this one we have cereal in it, we have brewery waste, and also we used to have what's it called, um, fruit waste. But this one there's no fruit waste in it, but we have malt also in it. Yes.
And where do you get this feed from?
All right, so the malt is from Accra breweries, and also the liquid waste that we get is from Guinness, Ghana. And Akwaba to get some waste. That's the maize, the maize waste. So they bring it here, then we use it too. When they hatch, we bring them here. So during the 5-day-old, you can see they are very tiny. You see, they are very, very tiny here.
So this is full of eggs that
Yeah.
are breaking out.
That have hatched.
Okay.
Yes, so they are very tiny. So when they are at this stage, we set up these trays, then we transfer them into the tray. Yes, so when we transfer them into the tray, when they are on the 17th day, then we harvest them, because that's the required day that we have to harvest, because when they move from that day onwards, we have to leave them to turn back into flies.
How do you dry them?
Okay, we have various types of drying. So we have microwave drying, we have sun drying, sand drying. So you see, when you have what's it called? When you are frying
You're roasting
granite, the way they roast granite, you can incorporate that system, and also oven dry.
So which one do you do?
Okay, we do the sun drying, and also microwave drying. Yes.
So you have the microwave here?
No, we don't have it here. Mostly I take it home to my backyard, then I do it myself.
How did you come up with this idea and this technology, you together with the co-founder?
All right, so we came up with this. My co-founder met a sister company in South Africa. So they met. The person introduced this to him. Then he told me. So as he told me, I was also working at a travel and tour company. I'm professionally, what's it called? A travel consultant. Yes. So when I was there, I was learning. I was going through. I was doing all sort of research, and also I saw it was a very good, business to go in. And also naturally, I like nature.
So you grow the flies here as well?
Yes. So when we leave them to pass the 17-day-old, we bring them here. So they become dark. They have a darker skin. That's the melanin part of them. Yes. So we bring them here. Then they turn into flies. That's when they lay eggs for us. Then we send them back. So it's a cycle.
How do you know that they have laid eggs?
Right. So for instance, if I bring them today, and in a week's time they emerge. All right. So in a week's time, when they emerge, they wait for 4 days. Then they mate. Yeah, so we have also incorporated technology here that they can lay eggs each and every time in a larger quantity too for us. So during the 4th day, we come and check, and there will be
what kind of technology is this?
It's a business secret, so okay. Yes, really. Yeah.
That's fine. That's really fine. So what's in there? I see some white stuff in bowl.
Yes. So when they are flies, they take water. They have to hydrate themselves. So we have to produce water. And also, if we produce water and we don't put this cotton for them to be able to land on, they drown. Yes. So we produce this cotton for them to be able to land on. Yeah.
Okay. So what do they eat?
At this stage, they don't eat anything. It's just water.
You're joking?
Yeah.
You're joking?
Mm-hmm. Just water.
So they just survive on water?
Water, yes.
Wow. How come? How did you know that?
Well, I learned all this through practice and also reading. So, self-learning, basically.
Wow.
Yes.
This is wonderful. This is fun. So where do they lay the eggs?
Right. So we have this small pallets that we've done that they will go there. You see, they are lying on top of it. So they will just go. They will put their their tail there. Then they will leave the eggs there. Yeah.
I'm impressed. And what is this?
So they are the same. It's the same system.
Okay.
Yes. So we have different system. So we realize that this one, because of the darkness, it's the laying rate is low. So we incorporated this one, and we saw the laying rate
Was high.
Was.
So it means that they don't like darkness.
No, when they like darkness is when they are hibernating. So they become silent. They don't move. They don't do anything. So from that stage, then they emerge into the flies.
Well, tell us about how the flies don't mate.
Okay, so when it gets to some point in time, we have to take flies outside this radius to mix with them, because human beings we don't marry ourselves. If we marry ourselves because of genetics, the biological aspect of it, so we as time goes on, we just bring some flies or some larvae from other side. We have sister companies too that we bring it here, then they mate, or we trap them from the wild, which is not in this radius. Yes, because if we don't do that, or everything will just die off, and the production will be very low. Yes.
Tell us the capacity of this place and how this can also feed into creating employment.
All right. So the capacity of this facility is 9.8 tons per month. Yes, and also it's our goal that we produce employment for the youth. So this is an upcoming industry that the youth can learn a skill from this and also get some employment. And at the long run, you still make money from it. Yes, so we have an outgrower scheme that we are introducing. We are incorporating into our into our system, that we want the youth we want to train like 500 youth in each of the regions in Ghana, so that they can also have some job to do. Yes.
Several farmers have begun producing their own feed to cut down on cost.
At times we use the fish meal, but the fish meal is difficult to get it. But the jubali is the easiest one.
So it is what?
It is the concentrate. It is jubali concentrate.
And what exactly is it?
It's like a fish, but they call it concentrate.
Okay.
It's concentrate. We have so many concentrates in the business, but I prefer, or I choose to use the jubali. Okay. So I use the soya bean and the maize and the jubali and the wheat brown and the shells.
Eggshells?
Yes, we have shells.
Why do you add eggshells?
Because if you didn't use the eggshells, the eggs will be broke. The shells harden the eggs, so that the eggs will be hard.
Okay.
So if you didn't use the eggshells, it won't be good for you to get your correct egg.
Okay.
It's a part of the feed.
Okay. So in a day, how many tons of the feed do you prepare?
I prepare 3 tons a day.
So that is the feed meal?
Yes, please.
Okay.
I have a feed meal. It can take 2 tons. So I prepare it
like 1.5?
1.5. Let's say I use it 1. So I prepare 3 times.
Okay.
This is the oyster shells.
Oyster shell.
Yes, the one we use to
Harden the
egg. If you didn't use this one, the egg will be soft. So we add this one to our
Where do you get that from?
Akuse.
Akuse.
Yes.
The poultry industry has had its own challenges, and several of the farmers are having different solutions for their farms. Here at Inshira Farms, the farmers indicate that close to 50% of all the feed that they actually prepare for their birds is imported. That means that they virtually do not have much of control over exactly what kind of feed and the timing. Several of the farmers have opted for producing their own feed right here in the Bono Ahafo region. And this place is one of such places. The Ashanti Regional Chair of the Poultry Farmers Association is appealing to government to do more in support of farmers. He wants a special forex dispensation for importers bringing in agricultural implements. President in the Ashanti region,
right?
What would you say, apart from feed, is one of the biggest challenges that you have?
Well, the challenge is, of course, the imports. That's the first thing. And the feed prices. You know, all that we are using to grow this chicken, you know, almost 75%
is from
feed. Okay. And with my personal experience, and I always love to speak about what I have experienced. When I came back from Germany, I've seen all that is being done, how they feed their birds, and with a lot of travels around the world, I've seen how they are, you know, growing their chicken and stuff. And if you compare it to what we have here, sometimes I was just thinking that if the government could do something, especially on those who are importing, you know, raw materials to feed, chicken, if not for anything, probably our dollar rate could be different. Because at the end of the day, if you use
you could get
the forex
tax rebate.
Yes, we've been talking about it, you know, for long. But now I believe that if we could get, if not for that, we should get, the forex rates, you know, special rates for those who bring in agricultural inputs, because that is another thing. Because we want to, help, you know, employment. Okay, we really want to get people more jobs, get them off the streets, and we believe that, you know, trying to secure even half of this kind of $375 million, will give a lot of jobs to Ghanaians.
That's right.
So that is what I'm thinking, because looking at what goes into the feed production and looking at what it's actually affecting the industry, feed, the imports, because people want to really enjoy quality chicken, but the fact that, of course, they do not have, you know, the money.
That's right.
They will fall on the cheap ones.
Yeah.
And as you can see, how it's being grown. Sometimes long storage in facilities before it's shipped down into this country.
Yeah.
And I really think that you would want to enjoy fresh quality chicken.
Yeah.
So that's why most of my friends are now following Boris B chicken.
I personally have stopped eating dead chicken. Those imported ones. I personally made a decision.
Right.
To really quit. Maybe after I started having a relationship with GPP, and then I visited the market. I'm like, okay, it doesn't really take much of the time for them to dress it for you and all that. So
Kariana is doing a great job.
From feed, we're off to taking a look at day-old chicks. Ghana has less than 10 hatcheries in the country, so almost all the day-old chicks are imported. Many poultry farmers have said that the business is like gold, but this surely comes with a lot of challenges. And right here at Food Farms is one of the biggest problems. They actually imported some day-old chicks from Ivory Coast. From April until today, it's never arrived. And this is how they have been preparing for the arrival of these chicks, which by now would have started laying. One of the hatcheries are here.
The place that we are standing here is where after the birds comes out, you come and sort it here. So that you select the best ones. You package them 50 in the box. So we add one, 51. Which means customer will buy 50. Then we put one
on top of it.
On top of it.
Okay.
That is 2%.
Okay.
For the customers.
Okay. That's really nice.
Yeah.
So, exactly what happens in your hatchery? How is the process done? Maybe you could just walk us through the process.
Okay. You have net 8,000 capacity. It means every week you can bring in 33,000 eggs to this machine where we are standing now. Here is the setter room. So it means when you bring 33,000 eggs, possible you can get 25,000 chicks every week. But what we are producing from our farm, you can produce about 60,000 eggs every week. And because we are taking only 33,000, we're supposed to take the rest, the other hatches, to do for us. So we send some to Kumasi for the hatchery over there, so they hatch for us. So in the early this year, we are hatching about 40,000 every week. But now, we are not getting that 40,000 because the birds are a bit aging. And when they are aging, the production comes down.
Okay.
So just last week, we got only 11,000 chicks.
Wow.
Yes.
Technology being employed is amazing, but farmers will need serious scaling up. And then I will say, winning yet fertile.
The Emma woman say, would you see light in the soil? The air infertile, answer assure, our inside. A muy plain by the air fertility egg, no. Ubon said, a muy dark. And not ensure light, no ensure the plain Emma.
Into a son and half a woody coin. So a show say a fertile.
A show say a fertile that time, no, and not would call Hatchery.
The COVID has dealt a heavy blow, and parent birds are difficult to find, hence a shortage.
So we are now under production.
Okay, so is it because you're not getting the, for a lack of a better word, the parent birds?
Yeah.
They are not coming anymore because of the COVID?
Yes. Every year by this time we have a new flock that they are start laying, but because of the COVID, the birds didn't come. That is the match. So because of that, if not, we are getting more eggs as I'm speaking. But because of the COVID, the birds didn't come. That's why we are under production. We are getting only 11,000.
And how is that pegging against the demand? You can do only 11,000.
Yes.
Yet you get a lot of demand. Yeah. So how are you handling that?
That's the problem we are facing now. I don't know how we are going to handle them because we plan to import the hatching eggs to come so that we hatch and sell to our customers. At least if you don't get profit, we can help them to help ourselves so that you can meet the demand. But unfortunately, the one that we brought in, the hatchability is not good. When you import, the eggs is very costly. Only one egg, it comes here about 30 cedis, 20 pesos, and the hatching costs everything. Before you finish, it take you about 5 cedis. And when you say even 6 cedis, you can't get anything. And the fertility, if it doesn't help you, there's no need to import it. So we decided we will import any eggs. So we are going to manage this one. We have brought in the new chicks. The birds that's supposed to come on the March, they come on the 1st August. So they are getting 4 weeks now. So by the grace of, if God permits, by January, they will start laying. Then you start from there. Yeah.
That's serious.
Yeah, very, very serious.
Because then what happens for this Christmas?
In fact, this Christmas is going to be a big blow. Because for about 4 years now, every year, we produce not less than 40,000 for the Christmas. And this year, we are not going to get it.
That is your hatchery alone?
My hatchery alone, yes.
Right here in this hatchery, we have 13,000 eggs. But because of the fertility of the parent stock, which currently is very low because the birds are gradually getting spent, well, these 13,000 eggs may end up producing just 5,000-day-old chicks. And that's a huge cost to the farmers right here. That is also one of the biggest challenges for the local hatcheries.